back with the voice of the USMTS, Lon Elke. Lon, all I can say is, man, I've been listening to a lot of track announcers over the years, but I have to say you are definitely one of the most entertaining as well as non-boring, because some guys, as I read on the website here the other day, they want to try to make the show about themselves, but I mean, you just keep us informed and just really a lot of fun to listen to.
Well, thank you very much. Again, these guys in this series, I mean, they make the program. I'm just telling you who's out there when it's going. But again, I've really enjoyed doing this. I appreciate Todd and Janet giving me the opportunity to, and my wife, to get out on the road and do this. It's not always as much fun as it seems. I mean, I always have the best seat in the house, as you know. But again, it's very enjoyable. And again, I just look forward to each and every different track that we get to see some of the same race fans, but again, a different race surface, and just to see how each night pans out.
I was going to say, it's kind of a lot like when you're working and you go fishing every week and you think when you retire, yeah, oh man, I'm going to go fishing every week, and then all of a sudden it happens and it's not as much fun as it was. But it sounds like this really is for you.
It really is. Like I say, I've been at this deal for quite a while, and I don't know when I get to go fishing during the weekend, so hopefully the fish are biting then. But yeah, we kind of take it in the off season and go then. But during this time of year, I mean, it's just busy. We got races all the time, 80-some nights, so we get to see a lot of stuff going on, no doubt about it.
Well, where are you originally from?
I'm from Fairmont, Minnesota. Actually, I live in Ceylon, but if you look Ceylon up, there probably isn't even in on the book. But again, up in Minnesota, so I'm in the North Country, yeah.
Well, I guess does this humidity and stuff get to you down here a little bit? Because, well, I know when we get into the middle of the summer, like we're getting ready to right now, boy, people from Minnesota and Wisconsin and up in that area, they're just not used to this humidity.
Oh, no, this humidity is something else. I think I'd take the cold weather. I really would. But it's nice to get down here. I mean, the sunshine back home, it's just been raining, and a lot of tracks up north aren't getting in like they are down south. You know, we've been started in February down in Texas, so we're getting a lot of miles in, a lot of time in. But again, weather like this, we got to be happy with it. No rain in forecast here tonight.
You know, I think one thing that's been amazing to me also has been the development of the USMTS. I think kind of started as a regional series, and it just seems like more and more it's just starting to spread out. Like you say, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. You think is there any end in sight? That's not the right phrase, but I mean, it's just growing.
Well, it's kind of a spin-off of the USRA type of thing. I mean, more of our local tracks that are running each and every Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. So we kind of feed off of that right now, more tracks doing that. We got some tracks out in Oregon and Washington now, and they really want the series to come out there. But you got to look at 24-hour drive. I mean, you got to be able to piece 6-7 nights of racing in, and we're looking to get something maybe put together. But again, the Midwest has just been awesome for us, and it continues to grow, and I think it's the caliber of drivers that we have, the competition. You look at this stuff nowadays, I mean, these guys are second to none in the modified class, and I'm just happy to be one small piece of it, no doubt.
My understanding too is I think you've got a radio background, because man, I tell you what, some of these stories and things that you come up with and sayings are just really something crazy. I mean, you come from radio background.
No, to be honest with you, no, I didn't. I used to work in a machine shop for 21 years, and I never did radio. I went and did the race shows, afterwards, and it all started, I know, 25 years ago, because that's my youngest son. A couple guys bet me that I couldn't do a race, couldn't announce a race, and they had one back in Fairmont, my local track, that I could come out there and do that. You think you could do it? And the promoter come up and asked me if I had a demo tape or anything like that, and I said I was in a demo derby. That was it. But that's how it got started. A couple of guys bet me $5, and it was the best bet I ever made, and I thoroughly enjoy what I do. I enjoy it. The fans make it worthwhile, and I mean, the more exposure that we've got from you coming out, I mean, the guys from Racing Dirt, I mean, it's just getting bigger and bigger all the time, and I don't know where it's going to end, but I'm sure I'm glad to be a part of it right now.
Yeah. All I can say is, Lon, like, it's an entertaining evening just to be sitting there and listening to what you have to say. Yeah. And, man, I'm looking forward to seeing you many times this year, which I'm sure we're going to cross paths a lot. But, man, thanks for talking with us.
Hey, I appreciate it. And again, we thank all the fans for coming out and supporting us. We couldn't do it without them. These drivers come from a long ways, and the caliber of competition that we see each and every time out is just phenomenal. But again, I'm grateful to be doing it again. I don't know where I come up with half the stuff. People ask me, what did you say, or did you say that? And I said, yeah, I did. And Todd will sometimes ask me, did you really? I said, yeah, I did. So, yeah, my head's got a lot of room to put stuff out. So, yeah, we'll have some fun tonight.
Once again, the voice of the USMTS, Lon Elke. Lon, let's have some fun tonight, man.
We'll do that. Thank you so much.
We are here with a newcomer, I presume, Hughes from West Plains. Josh, is going to be your first race with USMTS?
First this year. We've ran with them in the past, but we decided to branch out and try to run with them before they come to our home track, kind of see how we shake out with them tonight.
I was going to say, next week, man, we'll be right down there on that red clay, as I remember it, right there in West Plains. Heck of a track. Boy, a really fast track, but the times I've been there, of course, it's mostly been in the summer, but big dry slick. Is that going to happen tomorrow night?
Well, I sure hope so if I'm out there. These guys, they're pretty hard to compete with on a hooked-up racetrack, but I think the guys will prepare it good at West Plains. They're trying hard, and they're trying to draw a good crowd and just make a good racetrack for everybody to race at this weekend.
Yeah. Now, I think, and I just had a few minutes to look, but is this you and your dad that are racing in a race team here?
Yeah, it's actually my older brother and my dad and me, so we do it as a family. So, yeah, it gets pretty hairy sometimes.
So then you're normally running West Plains all the time?
We have this year. We did actually last year. It went to USRA. There's a new group of owners bought it, and we were able to run there for the first time in a long time on a weekly series. And we ran out there about the whole season last year. So it's actually nice to be able to run at home with the fuel costs and stuff. So it's been pretty helpful.
You know, that's quite a deal down there at West Plains. I had the opportunity to get down there just once last year, but if I remember right, like 16 people own the track, and it's amazing that you get that many people to work together, especially in racing. Yeah. But it's mostly hometown folks there from around West Plains, and they want to see that track succeed. I know they do.
Yeah, they sure do. We're really fortunate to have a group of guys that have enough interest in racing and the financial ability to do what they're doing out there. They've really made the track nice. You guys will see tomorrow, but it's they're doing a lot with it, and we really appreciate it as local racers.
Yeah. Once again, first time this year, going to be going to his home track tomorrow night. Don't forget, USMTS going to be at West Plains, Missouri tomorrow night, and Josh and his family are going to be holding up, holding up the staff of honor or whatever for the guys from West Plains here tonight. Josh, go have some fun, and hope you guys enjoy L.A. By the way, have you been to L.A. before?
I have probably 3 years ago, but it's been long enough I don't know how to get around the place, so hot laps will mean a lot to me.
Thanks a lot, Josh. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Folks, we have caught up with the hard charger of the USMTS. Brian Rowland here is leading the hard charger points. Brian, I don't know if that means you're running in the back and coming up to the front a lot or exactly what that means, but it must mean you're running pretty good to be leading the points as far as, you know, really working your way up through the pack and getting to the front.
Well, we had a real good car a couple nights and kind of drew in the back and one-lane heat races and really couldn't get through the traffic in the heat races and started deep in the field in the A and had a good enough car to get up through there a couple nights. So kind of helped us out in the point situation on that deal.
Yeah. I was going to say that has to mean you're running like in the back half of the pack, which back there sometimes can be a little sticky wicket, as we might call it, I guess, because a lot of dicing and stuff going on back there. But it looks like you're handling that and getting through some of the traffic to be able to, like I say, to be leading the points.
Yeah, it gets interesting back there sometimes, but we've had some pretty good fields of cars, and there's been some guys running around the back of the pack that the night before are winning the races, so there's a lot of really good cars on the track every night. So normally by the time you make it to the A feature, any car you pass is a tough car to pass.
I was going to say, in this series, I would have to think any of them are, because the guys that tour with them, plus you pick up all the best drivers from whatever area you're in, and like you say, just a lot of good cars out there. But anyway, Brian, just thought we'd stop and talk to you and ask you what it's like to be the hard charger.
Well, thank you. And I'm really not sure. We'll see how long we can stay up there on the top of that board.
Once again, hard charger, first in the points, Brian Rowland. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Here with third in the points, Jason Hughes for the USMTS. Jason, man, just a tough deal to run with these guys most of the time.
It's a lot about how you draw and qualify in, because everybody's so tight, and you know there's just a couple of tenths in between the whole field, seems like, so it's hard to pass, and a lot of good racers out here anymore.
I think I also forgot one other category, if I remember. I think Hughes Chassis leading the chassis points. No, I'll take that back. I think GRT is. But
think we're still leading that for now, but we got to get our game going here. Or we're not going to be for long if we don't get things going and go back to our basics instead of keep trying things and go race a while.
I was going to say, first part of the season, it has to be a little bit of feeling things out, and like you say, trying new stuff just to see, because every year everybody's stepping things up a little bit, so you got to do that, I guess, little testing.
You got to try new things, try to stay on top of it, and everybody's going to try, and if they find something, they're going to leave you behind, so you got to try. And the Casey's Cup race is a good one to try that stuff in. It's not really any points racing and a little less money in these championship races. You better have your stuff ready and just go try to race and not test.
What do you think about LA here tonight? What's it going to be later on? Probably a pretty dry track later on?
Yeah, this place usually dries out and gets smooth and slick. Last time we was here, it rubbered up a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully they can keep it from rubbering up and it'll be a good race.
Yeah. What do you think about this Stormy character? I mean, so far, man, the guy's laid down some good races out there. Is he going to be the young one this year? I mean, last year was Gustin. Now it looks like Stormy Scott is really coming on strong this year.
He's been a strong runner for a lot of years. He just hadn't come out and run this stuff. Run against him a lot out in New Mexico, and he wasn't no slouch out there, so he didn't come into this thing blind. He's a good racer. As
they say in show business, he wasn't an overnight success. He was doing some good stuff other places.
Yeah, he was going good out there before he came out here, and this is a little different ball game, but he fit in good.
Yeah. Once again, one of the guys we've got to keep our eye on here later on, Jason Hughes. Have fun, Jason.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay. We caught up with Minnesota driver Jason Crone. Jason, running with the USMTS quite a bit this year.
We have been on and off and trying to get some farming done at home and so forth. But as of late, we haven't had the results that we've wanted thus far. But it's a long year. We're going to keep trying, keep our heads up, and if we can start getting some good finishes, that just helps morale, team morale, driver confidence, and everything about it.
I was going to say, we're just talking with Hughes over there about, this first part of the year, a lot of guys out there trying new stuff. I guess it's that time when you want to get out, and if you have some idea or something you want to go with, you do that. Plus the tracks are not what they're going to be when we get to the heart of the season. A lot of rains, soft track stuff like that. Does that kind of play into the way you do things? I mean, are you trying some different stuff, or that going to come in and just do what you did before?
I think, unless you're running top 1-2 every night, you're probably going to be trying stuff. There's there's a couple of guys out here that are pretty quick right now, and if we don't try stuff, and they kind of force you into trying things, and every once in a while you go backwards, take a step backwards before you go forward. So I think everybody's kind of in that mode of it's just tough competition, and that just keeps raising the bar. So all of us have to keep trying new things. Status quo, what worked last year, maybe the year before, will not get you, maybe a top 10 now. So everybody always is constantly trying to find more speed.
Always looking for that little edge.
All the time. That's that's what makes the racing and racing the series fun.
Let me ask you this. Have you raced tomorrow night you guys are going down to West Plains. Have you raced down there before?
I have not. We've driven by it many times on the way to Batesville, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
So I personally have never been there. Excited to go there. It always looked like a nice track, and hopefully it is.
Yeah. It's an amazing story of that track down there. Southern Missouri is pretty rocky. And from my understanding was they pulled all the dirt out of that thing, sifted all the rocks out, and put the dirt back. Or you guys would be having boulders coming through the windshield. But it dries out pretty good. You like dry slicks?
I love dry slick. I love the finesse. Takes the element. The driver has to play a big part. Yeah. And, with that, obviously, there's a lot of good drivers out here, too. But finesse racing is I love it.
Yeah. Farmer by trade. 3,500 acres, which I told him that's not a farm, that's a city. But he's going to be racing here tonight. Jason, we're going to keep an eye out for you in the future, man. Have some fun tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We caught up with Jason Russell here just before he's ready to go out for the second heat. Jason, what are you expecting here tonight, buddy?
Oh, there's going to be a lot of fast cars. We usually don't get to run with these guys too much, so we took the opportunity. We got rained out at home, so see what we can do and try to tune on the car a little bit for our weekly show at Wheatland.
And what's your two normal tracks that you run at? You were telling me earlier, but being an old guy, I already forgot.
We run at Callaway Raceways on Friday night up by Kingdom City, and then we run Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland on Saturdays.
At Wheatland, man, I got to get down there one of these days. It's quite a track from what I hear. But what do you think about the track? Dry slick later on?
Yeah, it's a nice facility. So it's state of the art, and this will be the first year we've ever ran down there. So we'll see what happens.
Once again, Jason Russell is going to come out here and try it out with the boys here at the USMTS. Jason, have some fun, man.
All right, thanks.
Being featured #1 as Kelly Shrike, 9-time national champion in a Casey's General Store powered by Swan Energy event. Again, this event being brought to you by Arbor Masters and presented by BB Heating and Air Conditioning out of Shawnee, Kansas. As here we go.
Good luck to everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow at West Plains, Missouri. What's that?
Kelly Shrike out of Fertile, Iowa will set the pace here tonight.
Yeah, thanks.
In B feature #1, the B&L Satellite Rental VP Race Fuel Skyrocket Chassis Pro Power out of Sullivan, Wisconsin, between the frame rails of that car #3. Kelly drives down into turn 3. Vanderbeek directly behind in a 33Z car. Off of turn 4 they come, and B feature #1 is green. And Steve PQ again will take him down the back straightaway into turn 3. And PQ will come around and lead lap #1. Then comes BB, the 22B car. Jacob Dale looks on his inside as they come for lap 2. Top 7, where's your favorite driver right now? As right now, Ramirez in that final transfer spot as they turn it back into turn 3, and we are under caution for the first time. We're going back racing. Shrike again will take the high side. Jacob Dale with a very good start. Pulls up into 4th. Shryock 2nd. Vanderbeek 3rd. And PQ. That is Steve PQ in the 0X, your leader. That final transfer spot as he is moving BB back another position. So BB right now in the final transfer in the 22B, and we're back under caution. Problems in turn #2. Dan Hilsebeck out of Waukee, Iowa, back by the low ridge, back by P Ridge.
Close to P Ridge.
All right, close to P Ridge. I don't want to say what's running downhill at the high ridge, but it works for me. Let's do it, boys. We've seen enough cautions. We've about got that flag wore out. Let's try a different one, like checkered. As Team PQ brings them around, here we go. Kelly Shrike that time took the low line on the restart, and that didn't work so good. Vanderbeek scoots around him on the outside into 2nd. Shryock in 3rd, Jacob Dale 4th, 5th is Ramirez with BB the 22B in 6th. Mike Sorensen right now in car 19, that final transfer spot. We will take 7. Where's your favorite driver? Hit it on in B feature #1. Chris Brown on the outside looking in car 21. He battles alongside Sean Nations in car 14. As Steve McHugh is checked out. Vanderbeek in 2nd. Kelly Shryock runs in 3rd. Then you see Derek Ramirez in 5th in the 4-hour. Rick Beebe in a 22B car in 6th. And Mike Sorensen trying to hang on to that final transfer spot into Mike's Hard Lemonade car 19. Steve McHugh, the 0X car, he's led it from the drop of the green. Can he hang on for 6 more? We're back racing. Vanderbeek has got the high side working. And he will put that Skyrocket chassis, Sputs horsepower, down in the bottom groove off of turn 3 and 4. McHugh middle groove off, continues to lead. Ramirez remains in 4th. Jacob Dale now back into 5th. 6th is Mike Sorensen. And 7th place now is Chris Brown in car 21. Rick Beebe, our presenting sponsor in the Beebe Heating and Air Conditioning 22B, with Shad Batter battling for position. Sean Nation's car 14 takes an exit, and he will pull off track as we stay green flag racing. So Nation is done in car 14. As Steve McHugh continues the lead. Vanderbeek, Skyrocket, chassis of Kelly Schrock in 3rd. 4th place is Ramirez. 5th place is Jacob Dale out of Omaha, Nebraska. 6th place is Chris Brown. And then comes Mike Sorensen at 19. White flag displayed here tonight. And Steve McHugh out of High Ridge, Missouri will bring him to the checker flag, your winner. Vanderbeek, Skyrocket of Kelly Schrock in 3rd. As is the car number 4th place, the same as the car number of Derek Ramirez. Will follow up Jacob Dale, Chris Brown, and then Mike Sorensen in the 19. B feature number 2 brought to you by Real Race Wheels. Again, we'll start this way. From Henley, Missouri, we'll find Jason Russell in a 2J. Receiver, one to keep an eye on, that Kenny's Tile car 16. We'll watch for him to come through with Ryan Gustin from the back of this field. Hit it at the 19-yard car. Ron Keith in the Arbor Masters Tree and Landscape. DeSoto CarQuest car 25. Some of the top guns again farther back, trying to get to the top 7 here tonight in our Real Race Wheel. B feature number 2, Ryan Staley. We'll watch the field come off at turn 4. Green flag is flying and we are back racing. Jason Russell down the back straightaway with Dodson, pulling right there on the fuel cell in the 85D. Terry Phillips into 3rd as they come for lap number 1. Score it to Jason Russell. Jason Russell, your leader. Jason Hughes back there in 4th now, battling with Tom Tillison Jr. in the 85. Tillison will pick up another spot as he rolls that white car 85 to the number 4 position. Barry Schultz watching car number 90. And right now he is that final transfer spot with Wesley Summers right on his rear decklet now in the 8 car. Ryan Gustin coming, the 19 car, making a move up through the field. We stay green flag racing here tonight. B feature number 2. Up front, Jason Russell, that 2J car looking very good. And Terry Phillips trying to do Battle of 2 GRT chassis with Dotson in second. There's Tillison now to fourth. Jason Hughes in fifth in the 8H car. Then is Jason A. Hughes in car 8H. Then you find Corey Drips in car 31 and Terry Schultz in car number 90. Schultz, that final transfer spot, and he has got company, and it is the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, car 19 on the outside. Gotta go see ya. Terry Schultz, sit down, take a seat. Gustin now looks inside of Drips, trying to find some real estate, and it won't happen as they hustle down into turn number 1. Russell leads. Dotson second, Terry Phillips in third, Tom Tillison in fourth. Fifth place is Jason A. Hughes in the 8H car. Then comes Ryan Gustin, Corey Drips, and Terry Schultz in car number 90. Jason Russell, the 2J car out of Henley, Missouri, continues to hammer down. Tillison just about put it out of the park. He runs in fourth in car 85, but just about stepped on it here tonight. Out of Wilson, Oklahoma, brings that machine back on track and remains in fourth. Gustin is fifth in the 19. Sixth place, again, Jason A. Hughes in the 8H. And right now, that final transfer spot is Terry Schultz in car number 90. Corey Drips, car 31, in the number 8 spot and losing ground to Schultz as he continues to hang on as they come back to put another lap in here at LA Raceway. Dotson now with pressure being applied to Terry Phillips in a 75 out of Springfield. Then Don Bab Motorsports entry is down into turn 3. They'll come this time around, white flag in hand, and it will be Jason Russell leading the field for one more lap here this evening. Jason Russell out of Henley, Missouri, down into turn 3. One last time, checkered flag will fly, and Jason Russell will win B feature number 2. Dotson, Phillip go 2-3, Tillotson and Gustin 6th place will go to the 8H of Jason A. Hughes, followed up by Terry Schultz in car number 90. Terry made it in. So that will take care of the preliminaries here tonight. As congratulations, Jason Russell picking up B feature number 2 here tonight. As it's beautiful again, we thank you folks so very much for coming out here tonight. We hope you enjoyed this motorsport activity here at LA Raceway. It is a pleasure to be here. And we are now ready. 30 cars have earned their way in to this starting grid here this evening. The front row, Woodward, Oklahoma. Brian Rowland in car 20R alongside from Las Cruces, New Mexico. You find part of the Scott Brothers Racing. Again here tonight, that 2S car, Stormy Scott. Ready to let him loose. Ryan Staley with caution light off. We wish each and every one of these drivers the very best. Bring them home safely, gentlemen. 30 cars, 40 laps, a Friday night special. And LA Raceway is about to go green flag. Here they come. Down into turn 1. They go 3 wide. Off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Stormy Scott takes the point. Jason Hughes will roll it up into second. And Brian Rowland, your pole sitter, will come around third for lap number 1. A heavy, fast, 3 wide racetrack here tonight. And we've got our first caution on lap number 1. Who is it, Todd?
I think it's Casey Penn. Casey Penn.
So we look to see, and off of turn 4, Casey Penn puts it up over the top. It looks to be the 5-star car out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Well, it didn't take long to find the first caution here tonight. And they will realign here tonight as they've completed 1, they say, as they come back to the start line.
1ST77K, then the 555.
In the number 2 spot, then you see Brian Rowland, our pole sitter, the 20R. Randy Timms in the 5-star. And then comes the 18 of Chase Youngins. So again, those are your top 5 as we have 1 in the books here tonight. And we get ready to fire this field back off. 39 more circuits here at LA Raceway.
That's where damn transponders are nice. Got them lined up.
Yep, good. Stormy Scott, the GRT by TC chassis down the back straightaway. Into turn 3, it is quiet and calm, and once again the lull before the storm as they get ready to pick the pace back up off of turn 4. Ryan Staley likes what he sees. We're back racing. 3 wide action again off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, they run into turn 3. As they come for lap number 2, it is Stormy Scott, your leader. Jason Hughes, Brian Rowland. Here comes the rest of this field. Jason Crow now looking on the inside of the A train. Al Hana in car number 7. He'll clear as they go down into turn 3. Stormy Scott way up the hill. Here comes Hughes down at the bottom. Forget it. Randy Tim now into the top 3 in car number 5. Good run for him as Young is now battles with Rowland in the 20R car down into turn 3. Youngin's on the bottom side. He'll pull up into number 4 spot as he goes around the 20R Rowland. Johnny Scott runs directly behind him in the 1ST car, and brothers Stormy up front and leading here tonight in the 2S. Green flag action, and the boys have taken it to the top side now. Scott, Hughes, and Timms, your top 3, continue to run way up the hill, just bumping that cushion ever so gently as they fly around here at LA Raceway. And it won't be long, about 5 more laps. We're going to be looking at lap traffic. Things settling down now just a bit in the top 10. And Terry Phillips now picks up another spot. He goes around Al Hana for position in the 75 car. And here comes Ryan Gustin as well in the 19. Gustin picking up another spot as your leader down off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. And look what lies up ahead for him, race fans. Off of turn 4, it is a log jam of race cars. 1 straightaway ahead for Stormy Scott, your leader. Stormy Scott by some 15 car lengths now, opening up the advantage over Jason Hughes, and you do not see that very often in the world of modified racing. Randy Timms in 3rd. Johnny Scott runs in 4th in the 1ST. In 5th place is Chase Youngin in car 18. Brian Rowland, your pole sitter, sits in 6th. And here comes Jason Crow now, car 7K, the Slayton Slayer, who started 7th, picking up another spot now as they come to the line. Rodney Sanders directly behind him in car number 20 out of Happy, Texas. Then we see Chad Lyle now. The 253 car. Sean Penn out of Shreveport, Louisiana called tonight as he will pull the 5 car into the infield. slow up at turn 4, and I think this will drop our caution. Austin Siebert brings out caution number 2 in the Kenny's Tile, car 16. So we will slow the field for the second time. If you race fans were here, we went green, white, checkered. You're looking at the winner right there, and he's looking to go double it up. Again, hit it on that 2S machine.
Here we go, leader. It's your race to start. Everybody patient. Don't be beating and banging, guys. You gotta start the race.
So Brandon Davis elects to pull back on the track. Crew takes a look at it and says, well, the wheels are still up. Go see what you can do. All righty. 14 down here tonight. Stormy Scott, nice and easy into turn 3. They stack up 2 by 2. Look good so far. And again, we see the green flag fly. We're back racing. Now time to get on the wheel. And that they do as they scoot down the back straightaway. Top 3, top 4 remain the same. Farther back, they're 3 wide as they come off at turn 4. Scott has taken off again, lets that car slide way up the hill. And speaking of way up the hill and gone, Randy Timms in the 5T. Oh my. Randy Timms jumps a cushion in turn 4, and he will give up valuable track position from 3rd. And I'm looking back, he's out of the top 10 right now in the 5T. Jason Crone on the outside, the 7K car, and he goes around now. Johnny Scott in the 1ST, and Rodney Sanders trying to follow him through in 20. Stormy Scott continues to lead. Jason Hughes in 2nd, Chase Youngins in 3rd, Jason Crone is 4th, and Rodney Sanders now cracks the top 5. We've got cars around, and we will see our next caution flag displayed here tonight. Alrighty, here we go. Into turn 3 once again, Stormy Scott. Looking, might be, could be, will be, back racing. Wide again, off of turn 2. Down into turn 3, your leader. Upstairs, here comes Youngins now, down at the bottom, car 18. Chase Youngins, one of the best runs we've seen of him this year. In car 18, battles now with Hughes for 2nd, and Stormy Scott pulling away from this field. Rodney Sanders now up into 4th, Jason Crone now 5th in the 7K. 6th place is Ryan Gustin from 22nd in the field, and look at car 19. It is a rocket running to the front of this field here tonight. Jason Hughes, Rodney Sanders now up into 3rd, Chase Youngins in 4th, Jason Crone remains your top 5. Chase Youngins battling back inside of Sanders. He won't have anything to do with that. And once again, we see problems this time in turn 2 as we are back under the caution. Who was it? So our pole sitter, Brian Rowland, out of Woodward, Oklahoma, in car 20R, brings out our next caution here tonight. Well, we didn't have any the first time we were here this year, so we might as well make up for it this night. Yeah, the weather, they say it's just beautiful out, so why would we worry? There's no weather threatening like last time. No rain, no sprinkles, no runs, no drips, no airs. Hurries down the back straightaway to get stacked back up. Here we go. And once again, we're back to the green flag. Crone now on the outside and Chase Youngins for fourth. Jason Crone now picks up another spot. Youngins back to fifth. Gustin remains in sixth. Hang on. The boys are starting to play kind of hard right now. Stormy Scott says go right ahead. Sanders jumps in cushion, but he hangs on. And Crone and Youngins are side by side back in turn number one. On a Friday night special. Wheel-to-wheel action here tonight as Scott way up the hill. My, does he on the edge of pushing this thing over the top. Scott continues to lead, but Jason Hughes, he is now there, just waiting. Patience, patience as he waits for him to slip up one more time. He is on the point. Just ready to jump off the highline pole and jump onto something. I mean to tell you, he's like a hawk watching him right now. Look at, here he comes again, off of turn 4. Not gonna happen. Stormy Scott continues to show the way. But you can see Jason Hughes is now there, and look at Rodney Sanders. Keep at it, fellas. I'm coming. We're going to have a 3-car shootout before it's over. Crone back and forth. Youngins in 5th. And Gustin sits in 6th in car 19. Derek Ramirez in 7th. But the battle shaping up front is Stormy Scott. That 2S car, you can see the door panel rolled right over. That right side, he's headed up and over the berm, trying to hang on to the point here at LA Raceway. Here he comes. This time, will he make it work? Yes! Jason Hughes will take the lead. Stormy Scott will battle back, but Jason Hughes, the new daddy, said, I think I like it up here. And now does Stormy have anything to bring back to the table? Rodney Sanders sits in 3rd, Jason Crone in 4th, and he is coming to the front. The leaders possibly starting to slow up just a bit, and these top 4 cars try to freight train away from the rest of this field in our 40-lap feature. Scott, Sanders in the 20, Crone in the 7K, and Chase Youngins in the 18. Derek Ramirez, what a solid run for the 4R car here tonight. That huge chassis Pro Power battling now with Gustin for the number 6 spot, as it's a 3-car battle now, shaping up for that top spot off of turn 4. Here comes Sanders inside of Stormy Scott. Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas, alongside as they battle going into turn number 3. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Watch as they come off of turn 4. Drag race down into turn 1. The advantage to Scott. Hughes continues to hit his mark. Stormy Scott opens the door just a bit. Here he comes. Rodney Sanders unable to take advantage. Down into turn 3. While all this goes on, here comes Crone now. He's within a car length of Sanders for third. Side by side again, Stormy Scott, half a car length. Alongside of Jason Hughes. Hughes now pulls back to a car length into turn 3, to the white flag. This is it, money round. Stormy Scott will go outside into turn number 1, dive back to the inside off of turn 2, the long back straightaway. Jason Hughes out of Watts, Oklahoma. Stormy Scott out of Las Cruces, New Mexico will go upstairs one more time. Checker flag flies. Hughes will win it. Scott finishes second. Sanders third. Coming home fourth place is Jason Crone. And Chase Youngin finishes up the top 5. What a job by each and every one of these drivers, and we've got one around on the checkered flag in turn 4. And you can see Stormy Scott's nose panel blowed up, the hood blowed up, and that 2S car, he gave him a hard run to come home to number 2 spot. But again, here tonight, Jason Hughes out of Watts, Oklahoma. As we said, a new daddy, and this will help pay a couple bills here tonight as he picks up that $4,000 payday here tonight at LA Raceway. Stormy Scott from outside the front row finishes second. And again, third place. Again, here tonight, solid run for each and every one of these drivers. Jason Crone, the top 4. Chase Youngins in the 18 car in the top 5. And congratulations, each and every one of our drivers. Again, here tonight, what a show. Rodney Sanders, again, as we said, finishing up.
Well, Jason, you know, we talked there earlier about this Stormy Scott guy, and sure enough, he jumps out to the front there and is running a pretty hard race. Were you kind of just laying back a little bit? He was going up and working that cushion real hard in 3 and 4. Were you kind of thinking, hey, one of these times he's going to bounce over and I'll get him?
Yeah, he kept jumping it there a little bit, but I never was in position to get him. So I just tried to stay there and try to get in position so if he did hit it. And he made a little mistake there, and that's when I was able to get by. But it'd been tough to get by if he hadn't made that little bobble. I mean, he was good enough to stay there.
I was going to say he was plenty fast, for no doubt, and I was beginning to wonder if maybe something had happened to the car when he got up there in that rough stuff and maybe upset the suspension a little bit. But, boy, he came right back on you there later on. I mean, he was right behind you.
Yeah, they told me I kind of pulled away a little bit when I stayed on the cushion down there, but it was so tight if I messed up a little bit, he'd have got back by me, so I thought I'd pull down and run his line a little while.
I was going to say, to me, it seemed like you were running a little higher arc around the corner. He was going in low and kind of slowing up, running up to it and hitting it. Is that true?
Yeah, so I was trying to make it all the way around, and like I said, it was real tight up there, and if you messed up, you bounced over it a little bit, and he'd have drove back by me, so I tried to pull down and run his line a little bit, and hopefully he couldn't get by me in mine.
Yeah, a good trick that an old veteran will do is take their line away, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, once again, folks, your winner here tonight for the USMTS-L Raceway, Jason Hughes. Jason, congratulations.
Hey, thanks a lot.
The second place finisher here tonight, Stormy Scott. Stormy, man, I thought you had that thing put away, and that old cushion down there in turn 4 kind of got you a little, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody to race on it, it's my fault. I got a little too excited, and I don't know. I just basically stepped on it and messed up, and I don't know. It's my fault, but I definitely had the car to win, and I feel bad for all the sponsors and everybody that helps me, but it happens, I guess. So we'll just try to regroup and try to win tomorrow and make up for it.
They'll say you kind of been the guy to watch out for, I think, so far this year from the results and everything that I've been watching, and kind of the hot guy right now. And man, you almost pulled it off. You won here the last time. Did you guys pick up something here when you were running here before that helped you out tonight as far as setup?
Yeah, I mean, we hit on some stuff when we were here last time. We were good, and we kind of close had the same deal tonight. I think we were a little too tight, but the track had way too much moisture in it, I guess. If it would have went dry, we would have been really, really good. But I mean, shoot, like I said, everybody else has to race on the same track, so I guess we just got to make little adjustments from there to get a little better.
Once Hughes got around you, boy, the bugs are getting me. Once Hughes got around you, there was just no chance you could get away, because it kind of looked like he took your line away there at one time.
Yeah, I think he watched where I ran most of the race. He did start running where I was running, but I wouldn't say I couldn't have got back by him. I started working the top over in 3 and 4, and I got actually right beside him coming for the white flag, and you know, he got me up in the fence a little bit. He didn't know I was there. It was an accident, but I mean, it broke my momentum. But I think if we'd had a couple more laps, I could have snuck back by him. My car was definitely better than his was, and but I mean, he's a heck of a driver. But it would have been, I mean, it's one thing to say that I could have got back by him, but
Another thing to do it.
Yeah, but I think I could have maybe. So.
Good luck. Okay. What might have been, could have been, should have been. Second place, Stormy. Way to go.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, sir. I'm here with the third place finisher here tonight for the USMTS at LA Raceway, Rodney Sanders. Rodney started 9th, and you were working your way up through the field, but of course the closer you get to the front, the tougher it gets. But man, you were on the move.
Yeah, we had a pretty good car tonight. I thought we might have had something for him at the end, but came up a little short, and it was still a good night overall for us.
Kind of a different line out there. Instead of kind of running a nice arc around that corner, kind of like you guys would go in low and kind of slide up and hit that cushion, but causing some problems sometimes if you went over. You about went over, I think, down in 3 and 4, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple times I about went over. It's just the slick getting in. You had the kind of there's moisture off the top of 4, and you kind of had to slide up to get to it. And we were at the top. I think 3 or 4 cars were kind of all right there doing the same, and the other end was really racy, which was kind of trying to set up for the other end. And 3 and 4, if you got stuck on the bottom, it was kind of hard to get by somebody, but it was still a pretty fun race tonight.
On to West Plains tomorrow night. You been to West Plains before?
Never been there before, but I mean, we go to a lot of these tracks never been to, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Once again, third place finisher here tonight for the USMTS at LA, Rodney Sanders. Way to go, Rodney.
Thanks.